guys, so those of you who are already following us and follow us via Instagram and been seeing some of our other YouTube videos, you'll see that we've got lots of content where we're treating lots of different patients with all different techniques, and some of it I know can be quite fascinating, and I know you guys love watching it, and this is why we're bringing this to you. But now we're going to try and bring you some case-specific stuff, because we're getting a lot of comments and questions where people are asking how do you deal with this and how you deal with that. So I thought maybe we'll give you a little bit more of an insight up to what's happening in the clinic. So we're going to try and help you follow through some cases that we're treating, maybe some interesting cases, maybe some random cases, and if you guys want to volunteer and you want to be starring in some of my YouTube videos, then give us a shout and we'll get you in some of our content as well. So today we've got a very good friend of ours who's been coming to the clinic for quite a while, and he's got a great physique. He really pushes his physical health to its limits, and we're going to hear from him and see how he's getting on with his session today. So we've got our good friend with us, Marc Hector, who's a pro bodybuilder.
Yeah, so my background is bodybuilding, and last year I turned professional in bodybuilding, and if it wasn't for coming down to see these guys and keeping me mobile and supple and in alignment, I don't think I would have made it to this stage, in all honesty.
Yeah. And I think as you up the game as well, you've had to up your servicing and looking after your body, right?
Definitely,
yeah,
definitely.
We've been working with Marc, and we see him on a maintenance basis with the level of training that you're doing and the kind of strengths that you're pushing yourself through. There's always going to be areas where you need to work on improving and just maintaining. So that's what we've been doing. So today you said what you're feeling, where you're feeling things, what you.
So it's the lower back. I can feel a little bit in my neck as well, but the main one is the shoulder rotator cuff sort of area as well.
And that was what you had initially when you first.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
And we're always loading the spine, and we're constantly under the pressure of gravity, and we're constantly under, constantly lifting and putting a lot of weight through our bodies. Our spine goes through a lot of, it has a lot of pressure on it all the time. So what we're going to be doing with Marc now is negative pressure adjustment. We're going to be distracting the neck. So we're going to be pulling the spine in the opposite direction, which is normally kind of compressed. So we're going to be stretching it out. So this adjustment goes from the neck, usually all the way down to the lower back. Alright, so just rest down. Okay, let me just kind of move this around. Just resting down. Okay, so nice and loose. Okay, a little bit of pull in. Okay. Feel okay?
Yeah.
Where did you feel that?
Straight down the spine.
Straight down, yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, and this is a perfect position to get in the rest of the adjustment. Just nice and relaxed. Good. Okay, next down for me. Good. Okay. Nice. Just lift both arms up for me nice and tight, all the way to the top. Try and touch them together. Okay, so if we look straight on from this angle, is it the right side that you're feeling the most restriction on, and you can feel that pulling?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it paining?
No pain, no.
Just restricted, yeah?
Yeah.
You said you're feeling it on the right
Right,
to the
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so common sight, especially when you're using the shoulders a lot, the vata scapula, which comes up into the neck, it can cause a lot of tightness. Okay, so this has given us a bit of a focus on what we're going to be doing in this session, and now we're going to direct the session based around the individual needs that we've kind of highlighted from this. So we're going to take you into the other room, and we'll get started with your soft tissue technique. Marc's a hell of a man to get through in a session. So we're going to be using the thumb machine to give us a hand of just loosening them up generally. So this is for the overall tone of the tissues, not specifically working into any of the areas, but just generally to loosen them up. Okay, so we're using an instrument-aided soft tissue technique to work deep into the tissues. I'm using this technique, this tool, which is called a handlebar, to loosen up some of the tissues here. So I just want you to turn your head for me as far as you can go to the left. Okay, I'm just really focusing in and trying to get into that infraspinatus as it attaches into the scapula. Okay, turn. Just keep going back and forth for me. When's your next competition, or when you aiming for?
I'm looking for the British Grand Prix next year, so that's going to be May the 10th.
Okay.
So that's what I'm working towards at the moment.
You haven't competed for a while, have you? Not?
Yeah, I've taken this year off in the end, so pro debut will be mine next year.
Yeah, nice, big build up.
Yeah, that's it.
Good man. Okay, so there you go. See, the distance between the ears now is much better than it was when we first assessed, first looked at that. You can see the range and the rotation of the shoulder straight away. Improve. So we're working in quite a few different areas. We're working with quite a few range of different techniques, and we're really kind of trying to work on just all the different kind of tissues that are affecting Marc at present. So there's a lot of effort and energy that goes into these sessions, and we are going to be working into them to really try and kind of stretch Marc out, not just focusing on his kind of injuries and kind of issues. I always integrate soft tissue techniques into my treatments. It's something which I did long before I started chiropractic. I was using my hands and treating. I come from a background of that with my mother having kind of her own practices using manual techniques as well. So this is something I've always integrated, and it's that I think you can't replace the hands when you're treating, especially when you're palpating and feeling in. And I think over time, I think hopefully Marc would agree, but your hands weather to it as well. They get nice and strong so that you can work with people like Marc and still give them a run for their money.
Yeah, definitely.
How was that?
Good.
This is the one you're going to enjoy. Ready?
Yeah. Yeah, everything's going good. Today's treatment has been great. I've got my spinal adjustments, I've got the Graston technique, I've got the thigh cupping, I've got everything. This is what's important to me with my training to keep functioning at my optimum. So these elite performances really go hand in hand to help me on my way of my journey.
Excellent.